Hi, this is Atco. Well, the other day I was swinging by one of our Goodwills around here and just see what they had in there. And when I did go in there, I saw this Panasonic 8-track and receiver, AM/FM. Really clean looking. Looks real nice. I like it. So it didn't have a price on it. So of course you can't test it. At least most of the Goodwills you can't. So I went into the cashier and I said, I didn't know what the price was on this. So I look at the back, and sure enough it was written in a pen, and it said $35. I said, $35 for an 8-track? He said, no, it's because it had 4 pieces. I said, look, I don't want to spend 35 bucks for this thing. All I want is the 8-track. Well, let me go talk to your manager. So the manager comes up, said, I'll tell you what, I'll sell the 8-track for $15. Well, it does look nice, but you know, you can't test it, and in my experience on anything that's like 30 years or older, yeah, it's probably good 75% that it's not going to work, or at least going to need some work. So I told the guy, look, I'd feel a lot better with $10. So he looked at it and he said, all right, $10. So I got it. I brought it home, and yeah, it's really clean. But when I checked it out, it had a few problems. First of all, the switch doesn't work, and it will stay on all the time, you just can't turn it off. So I can plug it in and it'll come on. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Also, the controls, like the volume, just tremendously sound scratchy. You got to play around with a little bit to hit the volume you want, because obviously it's dirty in the control, and you need to clean that if you can. On the good side, though, I mean, the main thing I wanted was the 8-track, and the 8-track actually works. The only problem is that, and quite often 8-tracks, it had a cross track sound. So when you're playing anything, if it's nice and loud, you're okay. But when you start going through the soft part of the track, or at least in between, you'll hear probably 15% of the sound will come off the next track, and so it's a cross between the 2 tracks. Alright, so I figure that's not a big deal. Usually that can just be adjusted. So what I'm going to do is show what I had done to fix this thing. I'm going to show you a couple things that I found on mine and where we did go. Now, first of all, you'll see that the on and off switch doesn't work. This made a lot of noise, and it was hard to get the volume where you wanted to be. And you see it's nice and clean right now. The easy way you can fix that, a lot of times for the control itself, you get the knob out of it, pull it out where the volume is. Quite often you can get inside, if you see out there that it gets right into the control, you can get a spray and just spray right into that area, and then run it back and forth on the control, and that will quite often just clean the wiper of the control. In this one particularly, though, because the switch also was part of the control, I couldn't get into it from the outside. It was kind of all locked up in there. So I didn't want to have to replace that, and it probably wouldn't even be able to get it. So on the back, you'll take a look on this picture. From the back, you can see where the control was, and it's all kind of closed up, but you also see there's a little hole that actually opens up into where the control is. What I was able to do was take my contact spray, go right into that little hole of the control, spray, and then just ran the control up and down, up and down. Of course, turn the volume off when you do that. Turn the whole power off. And then move that thing back and forth 5-10 times, back and forth, one side to the other. And that wiper will normally clean that thing out. And that's what happened to mine. And you can see that's all I had to do, and the volume is nice and clean now. Now the other problem that I had was to control the the track. On the back, there was a hole that you could get right to the screw and adjust that. So this was pretty easy to do, because all I had to do was throw a good 8-track that you know is in good shape, not one that's really worn out. And you know that that's a good 8-track. Put it in there, start playing it a little bit, and then get on the side and start adjusting that control, and just listen by hand when you stop hearing that second track. And all of a sudden that was gone. And that fixed that. So those two problems that I had, it sounded probably enough that made somebody had it before to get rid of it. But both of those were easy to fixes, and I kind of like it. The only problem, I'll probably put a switch on the side of this thing to turn this thing on and off. But I'm not doing that right away, because I really like this little set. I'm going to put this in the basement. What I might do is actually just put an extension cord that has a switch on it for me, so that I can get to it easily. And then I'll figure out if I'm going to sell this or what, that I'll put a switch on there and make it easier for looks better. So I'm going to show you one thing that now that I got this going, it's a really nice little unit. I'll see what you think of how it sounds.